Today is Daily Cyber number 54. What are we going to talk about today? Studied CompTIA Security Plus, social engineering, distractions. Got distracted by some paperwork and things I needed to get done, and it was kind of urgent. Things were being asked, so really took up a lot of my day today, and wasn't able to study as much as I wanted to. So kind of really disappointing in that sense, but I know life will get in the way, but it's about consistent action. Social engineering. One thing I wanted to talk about today is it's interesting, and I don't know if you're finding this, but as you study, what you're researching, studying, and learning actually presents itself in the real world situation. I know today was something that was really kind of going through my mind was working or being mindful of authoritative figures, right? And questioning authoritative figures and making sure, one, they're valid, that you're not getting a phishing attack, phishing, V-I-S-H-I-N-G, which is someone calling you and saying, hi, I am the IRS, I'm CRA, I'm a police officer, right? And they're saying, we need this information, right? Taking their information and validating the call and calling back company X and saying, hey, if it's the CRA, IRS, if it's the police, calling them back and saying, hey, I have a case number, I have a file number, someone just called me, is this valid? And then they're gonna go, yes, it is, why didn't you give the information? Or no, that's good that you did your due diligence. Right? And this goes with anything you're doing. If you're dealing with doctors, lawyers, all that, really make sure that you know your information inside and out, right? And you ask the right questions, because what happens is, you want to make sure that you don't get compromised, right? And you don't set yourself in a situation that, you should have asked questions. So not putting authoritative figures on a high pedestal, but putting on an equal ground that you have to ask them questions because you need to know what you need to know, right? So one thing when it's coming to cybersecurity, it's one of those things that I now really implement is, yes, authoritative figures are someone that we should value and appreciate because they've done a lot of hard work, but you need to ask questions. You need to make sure that you understand the processes, the policies, the time frames, the cost of everything. So you're asking the right questions so you know what's going on inside and out. And that's where a lot of people, when you see about compromising with cybersecurity, people getting compromised because on that side is they get in a fear state. For example, someone says, oh my God, you need to do this right now. I'm a police officer, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, and you need to listen to me. And they get in a fear state and they don't ask the right questions, don't breathe and ask the right questions. This happens at work where someone says, hey, I'm from the ID department, you need to give me your password because there's a virus on your computer. We've heard scams, we've all heard with the Microsoft call where someone says either they're from Microsoft, there's a virus on your system and we need to get access. We've all heard of those scams. Well, those are all social engineering, right? Trying to compromise someone, using some sort of authoritative that people might relate to, right? And I know one of the books I read, and I think I have it, it's The Power of Persuasion. Just looking for it right now. There's one, Positioning. Positioning is a good one too. It all talks about the psychology and how people relate to reciprocity and psychology, how you deal with certain situations where someone might give you something, now you feel that you need to give back, right? Or if someone's an authoritative figure is telling you to hurt someone, but it's okay, it's within their scope, you kind of go, okay, well, they said it's okay. So kind of all this interesting things that you look at the psychology. Well, that's what happens when you look at social engineering, right? How people can be compromised in certain situations. Maybe they're so busy they're not thinking and they innately just respond. Maybe they're in a fight or flight response, right? Where you get them in a situation, they'll flight. They'll just kind of try to get out of the situation as quickly as possible, right? And give you the information because they don't want to be in it because it's awkward, it's uncomfortable. Some might fight and give you information because they're angry and frustrated. Well, you know what? My password's this, and you just leave me alone. I got work to do. And you're like, okay, well, thank you so much, right? So depending if you can put them into a primal state, they might respond certain ways too. So there's all these different ways when you look at social engineering and compromising. So something to look for when you're on both sides of the fence, if you're looking at how to protect yourself as well as if you're looking at studying cybersecurity. So that's it for my video today. Again, I want to try to keep them on 5 minutes to keep them short and sweet and kind of keep connected and let you guys know what's going on. So don't forget, software is hackable, software is hackable, being connected is vulnerable. Just put it up there right now for you. And I will see you next video.